Former AEW World Champion MJF has been removed from All Elite Wrestling's official website roster page amid rumors that his contract with the company has expired today, January 1st of 2024, as the bidding war of 2024 possibly commences. Plenty of details on that. Plus, WWE President Nick Khan has confirmed the departure of Kevin Dunn from WWE in an email to all staff early this morning. Speaking of WWE, reportedly they want to have a working relationship with Stardom. Several free agents hit the free agency market today, officially, that being January 1st of the new year. The latest on the feud between Swer, Strickland and Keith Lee in AEW after their match was cancelled after Keith Lee being pulled on medical grounds from World's End this past weekend, and an update on the former WCW owner, Ted Turner. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestle News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about the status of the former AEW World Champion MJF as the bidding war of 2024, as he likes to call it, maybe, possibly, has just got underway. Now, AEW has removed former AEW World Champion MJF from the roster page on their official website. The Salt of the Earth's contract with Tony Khan's promotion, reportedly, hold that thought, expires today, January 1st, 2024, which is possibly the reason why he was removed from the roster page. While MJF has stated time and time again that his contract will expire on January 1st, touting himself as the hottest free agent in professional wrestling, several and a lot believe that it's all a big work by the former world champion. In fact, a recent report by House of Wrestling claimed that a high-up WWE official told them that the 27-year-old had signed a deal with All Elite Wrestling last year, shortly before his return to television at All Out, and the bidding war that MJF has constantly stated is all part of a bigger angle by MJF and AEW. Following the AEW World's End pay-per-view, AEW CEO Tony Khan commended MJF's contribution to the promotion and added that the former Dynamite Diamond Ring winner has a job for life in All Elite Wrestling. After losing to Samoa Joe at the World's End pay-per-view on December 30, reports had stated that MJF is likely to take some time off to heal the injuries that he's been carrying. His defeat to Joe meant that the longest reign as an AEW World Champion has come to an end, lasting 407 days. The World's End show also revealed the identity of the Devil, who turned out to be MJF's former tag team partner Adam Cole. MJF recently stated that he loves AEW, but asserted that his contract expiry was time for him to assess his future in professional wrestling. Now, we actually do have a screen grab right here of the roster page in question. You can see MJF should be part of the M's there, but he is not. But just to reiterate once again, the previous reports when it comes to MJF and it comes to his future in the company, MJF, prior to World's End, in his editorial with the Players Tribune, continued to tease that there will be speculation surrounding his AEW contract status in 2024. As I mentioned, Nick Hausman of House of Wrestling had exclusively reported several weeks ago that Friedman is not in talks with WWE, and those internally at WWE believe he has already re-signed with All Elite Wrestling. Fightful Select had confirmed Nick Hausman's prior report, stating that they have heard the same thing, adding that many believe in AEW that Friedman has already re-signed with Tony Khan. There were rumors of this back in 2022. Of course, MJF took time away after his pipe bomb promo. There were actually reports around that Double or Nothing time when MJF didn't show up for a scheduled appearance, and whether he did or didn't fly home, that reportedly he was unhappy about being undervalued and underpaid, he thought, by Tony Khan. And the belief was at that time, when MJF came back to AEW television, that he had re-signed and renegotiated a new contract. Now, at the time, MJF said that he did sign a new deal, but his new deal was for the same length. It was just improved terms. However, some believe it's a contract extension. In fact, several within WWE are speculating that MJF is locked into an AEW contract until 2027. So what are your thoughts about MJF being removed from the roster page? Is it part of a bigger angle? Is it part of a bigger storyline? Could we see MJF show up on WWE programming? What are your thoughts on this? Do we think MJF's just going to disappear when it comes to his injuries at the moment? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below and where you think this one is heading. Now, Kevin Dunn, we spoke about this yesterday, and a massive news story in WWE is the departure of longtime executive Kevin Dunn from the company. Of course, several days ago, it was actually broken by Mike Johnson of PW Insider that Kevin Dunn was leaving WWE. In fact, it was later reported that he was retiring from World Wrestling Entertainment. Well, a bit of an update on this morning at 5 a.m. local time, WWE President Nick Khan issued the following via an email to the company saying, quote, "After 40 plus years of helping to build WWE and, hands down, the best production and media unit in the entire sports and entertainment business, Kevin Dunn will be leaving our company as of today. Before WrestleMania 1, Kevin joined Vince at WWF. Many of us remember a pre-WrestleMania WWF, a regional wrestling company that looked like a regional wrestling company. Then we experienced WrestleMania 1, whether live or on closed circuit or years later elsewhere, it was magic. A regional wrestling company had become a global sports entertainment juggernaut. Vince led the way side by side with Kevin Dunn. When many of us were kids standing in line waiting to play Pac-Man, Kevin was already on the road breaking his back to help build our company. When you see our product now, there is nothing that comes close to its look or feel 52 weeks a year, 3 to 4 times a week. It is singular and truly special. No other company can or will do that, and that is because of Kevin and our media team's hard work, smarts, and determination. We are forever grateful to Kevin. He will always be a part of the WWE family. Paul and I are having an in-person meeting with the media team at Raw in San Diego today at 12 p.m. Pacific time with our superstars at 12:30 Pacific time. We look forward to seeing many of you there, and we look forward to crushing 2024 together with all of you. Nick Khan. Now, of course, we get any more details on the word coming out of those meetings, what was said at those meetings, we'll let you know in the news video coming later today. Now, just a little bit more of an update coming from PW Insider as well. Of course, this news did take a lot of people by surprise. It was quite shocking, coming so close to the end of the year, and really quite unexpected. There had been rumors of Dunn departing WWE over the last sort of 12 to 18 months, particularly with Vince McMahon's waning control over the company. But in fact, he was actually asked by WWE to stay on, particularly on the board of directors during this time through when it comes to transition. According to PW Insider, there was a push to have Kevin Dunn stay with WWE through the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania, but he preferred a clean cut and is now done effective immediately and has retired from the company. So no more Kevin Dunn in WWE. Let me know your thoughts and your reactions to that one as well. Now, got a bit of an update when it comes to WWE and working relationships with Japanese promotions. Of course, recently, with WWE working with All Japan Pro Wrestling by the way of WWE NXT superstar Charlie Dempsey, who is going to be a part of All Japan Pro Wrestling's January 3rd, 2024 event, New Year Giant Series, it appears that they are interested in working with another Japanese pro wrestling company. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE reportedly wants to work with Stardom. As per the report, nothing has been finalized yet, but the Wrestling Observer newsletter has confirmed that WWE is interested in a future partnership with the popular Japanese Joshi company. WWE has several stars on its current roster that were once part of Stardom, which includes the current Women's Champion Io Sky, as well as her Damage Control stablemates Kairi Sane and Dakota Kai, the final NXT UK Women's Champion Maiko Satomura, and NXT superstars Blair Davenport and Stevie Turner as well. The likes of Nikki Cross, Shayna Baszler, and Isla Dawn have also wrestled a few times for the promotion. Reports have indicated that WWE is interested in having Stardom star and New Japan Strong Women's Champion Giulia join their roster too. However, in a recent interview, Giulia spoke about wanting to stay in Japan to elevate women's wrestling, noting that she still has things to finish after being asked about WWE's interest in her. If WWE's arrangement with Stardom goes through, it won't be the first time WWE has partnered with a Japanese promotion in recent times. WWE worked with Pro Wrestling Noah at the beginning of last year in order for star Shinsuke Nakamura to face the Great Muta as part of his retirement tour. So do you think this is a possibility? Do you think this is a case of more of Triple H and TKO's vision for WWE now that Vince McMahon really isn't in creative control? Could you see this one happening? Or is this a worry for you? They could possibly be trying to take over promotions like Stardom and promotions like All Japan Pro Wrestling. Of course, we do know they want to expand their NXT franchise to an NXT almost on every continent, or certainly in every big pro wrestling market, Europe, South America, also possibly in Japan. So could this be their entry into Japan? Let me know your reaction to that and where you think that one is going as well. Now, it is the beginning of a new year, and we have several free agents that are set to hit the free agent market. A plethora of free agents have now today officially hit the open market. Now, let's go through these individually. Let's start off with QT Marshall. He has officially left AEW. He departed the company after being adamant that he wanted to wrestle as opposed to being just front office or just in a training role. Alex Hammerstone has been a cornerstone of MLW for years. Hammerstone stated that, asked for his release from MLW midway through 2023 with years left on his deal. The two sides came to an agreement where he would work a few more dates and be a free agent officially at the beginning of 2024, which he now officially is. Sean Spears' contract with AEW has officially expired. Spears had been heavily used in the early days of AEW, particularly in his feud with the likes of his former best friend Cody Rhodes, but over the last year and a half, sparingly appeared on AEW television. He is now officially a free agent. Deonna Purrazzo's Impact/TNA contract has expired after years with the company. Purrazzo is considered a top free agent and has experience in virtually every other company. She had been one of the most consistently pushed talent in Impact Wrestling, and Fightful, I've been told things were very amicable there. She is expected to sign somewhere imminently, whether that's WWE, AEW, possibly a Japanese promotion. Time will only tell when it comes to that. Another cornerstone of the promotion was Camille with the National Wrestling Alliance. Her deal with the NWA has also expired. Camille was NWA Women's Champion for well over 2 years. Every Women's Champion since the NWA rebrand has left the company within months of losing the title. When it comes to Andrade, which you can see on the screen right now, Andrade's contract with All Elite Wrestling has expired, but he's expected to immediately sign with WWE, so doesn't look like he's going to be a free agent much longer. So let me know your thoughts, and maybe in the comment section below, all of those names I've mentioned, QT Marshall, Alex Hammerstone, Sean Spears, Deonna Purrazzo, Camille, Andrade. Let me know where you think they're going to end up. Do you think they're going to end up in WWE, in AEW, in TNA Wrestling, in the NWA, Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling? Let me know where you think these guys are going to end up, or just on the indies. Certainly, it's going to be a big year when it comes to free agents in professional wrestling. Now, let's talk about AEW, and let's talk about the latest when it comes to the feud with Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. The cursed match, a match we've still yet to see officially, singularly, in All Elite Wrestling. Now, despite having their rematch or their match cancelled at AEW World's End, the back and forth between Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee hasn't stopped. After AEW World's End saw Swerve Strickland appear to injure Dustin Rhodes in their violent match, he had a message for his intended opponent. In a late change made to the card several hours before showtime, Keith Lee was pulled from action, notably being not medically cleared to compete, and instead his tag team partner Dustin Rhodes stepped in. In a backstage clip after the show, Swerve said that he won't continue to have his time wasted waiting for a match against Keith Lee, mocking Lee's injury and noting that he didn't get on his flight despite Swerve telling him to simply fight him in Long Island. While Swerve would go on to declare that he was chasing the AEW World Championship, his words did not go unnoticed. In fact, Keith Lee took to Twitter to respond, being sure to note that he was there and was pulled by Doc, with Lee writing on Twitter in response to the clip being posted by AEW, "One leg, two legs, irrelevant. Ask Cage. I was there, you saw me. Just because Doc pulled me does not make you safe. You may be chosen, but I'm real. Wherever the next meeting happens, I swear to God you will regret every syllable. That's a promise, little homie." So, while Swerve Strickland seems to consider his feud with Keith Lee done, the same really can't be said for Keith Lee himself. Swerve Strickland may have a path that leads directly through Samoa Joe if he hopes to become the AEW World Champion this year, of course. Samoa Joe is the brand new World Champion to beating MJF in the main event of World's End last weekend. And finally, a bit of an update on Ted Turner, the former WCW owner, of course, for several and many years. Former WCW owner Ted Turner was apparently in good spirits at his recent birthday. Turner's name returned to the pro wrestling limelight during a recent AEW segment when Turner Classic Movies' Ben Mankiewicz did an intro for timeless Tony Storm, whose current persona draws on historical inspiration from Turner's era of broadcasting and film. This throwback inspired some people to question Turner's current condition, and according to Fightful Select, Turner is doing relatively well for himself. Turner, who suffers from Lewy body dementia, recently celebrated his 85th birthday with his friends, family and colleagues, as per the report. He was described as being in high spirits and was seen interacting with friends at his recent birthday celebration. Turner has kept his life relatively private in recent years, but still co-chairs several foundations and companies, according to the Fightful report. Turner is a prominent name in the broadcasting history, just in general, but also professional wrestling. And while he is most associated with the earlier days of wrestling programming, he is still mentioned semi-frequently in the wrestling sphere, with people discussing if he should be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame or speculate on his opinions of AEW programming on networks that still brand his name, that being TBS and TNT. Whilst obviously he's never actually wrestled or anything like that, far from it, Turner founded WTBS, which was eventually renamed TBS, TBS in the late 70s. In the 80s, he was obviously the head of WCW, whose rivalry with Vince McMahon's WWE sparked the iconic Monday Night Wars in the 90s. Around that same time, Turner founded Turner Network Television, while WCW was ultimately sold to and merged with the WWF. Both TBS and TNT went on to be the homes of AEW programming, which in a repeat of history is currently WWE's biggest competition as well. So there you go, a bit of an update on Ted Turner. But there you go, guys, it's the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. A happy new year to all of you, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.